Hello. In the last video, I assigned to you to write down a paragraph about the last film you saw, and today we're going to give you writing tips and some consolidation activities I will hope that you profit from. Now we start with the vocabulary about films and cinema. So these words are really important. You can find them in each lesson or each text you will read about the cinema. So you need to know what the meaning of the plot, stars, special effects, main character, scene, the cast, the soundtrack, the subtitles, stunt, directed, came out, released, filmed, and score. Make sure that these are not the only words you can find, but just selected to you the most important ones. Now here are some definitions of these words. So what is a collection of songs that are recorded for a film is the soundtrack. Then the most important role, the character in a film, is called the main character. The noun of a part of a small film, it's the scene. The opening scene showed the young man leaving prison and walking to a bus stop. So that's an example about the scene. When the dialogue is written on the screen, the film has subtitles. And then a part of a film which isn't normally done by an actor because it's too dangerous is stunt. We need the stuntman to perform these acts. Computer generated images in a film is a type of sound effects. And then the person in charge of making a movie, the director, gets really angry when actors forget their lines, is the director. And a series of events that form the main story, it's the plot. So the good film has a good plot, the selecting of actors to play the various roles. So director selects the actors that can fit in this role or the other. It's the casting, and then a play with a sad or unhappy ending is called a tragedy. Then we'll move to the planning of your piece of writing. As I told you last time, so you don't write your paragraph from scratch. You need to plan this, and we need to read about this kind of topic. So it is your last film. So you need to talk about, to mention with the title of the film. Talk about the film you know much about. You don't talk about the film you have heard about. So it's better for you to and then you give the type of the film, when it was released, the nationality of the film, who is the director, who are the main actors, where did you see the film, at home or in the cinema. You can look on Google and find out information there. You have to briefly, I focus on briefly, explain the film story. So don't be too long or too boring. Give your opinion about the film. Should people go and watch it or not? Recommend it to your friend, or just tell him that it's a disappointing and predictable film. So the topic here, just remind you of the last topic I gave you. It's write a paragraph. It's not a letter here, paragraph. You speak about the last film. So as I told you here, title, the events. Here are some adjectives you can use to really enrich your paragraph. And then your favorite actor, what is he or she like. Your opinions about concerning the film can be really positive or negative opinion. So adjectives: exciting, boring, funny, scary, realistic, unrealistic, impressive. Now here is a skeleton of a writing. So you've got the most important parts here. They need to be there. Last weekend, the time I watched, then you give the film, the title, and then about what, briefly. The hero or the heroine was, give the name and give some adjective to describe her. The events were, briefly talking about the plot. And then I think that this film is really, so here of course you are going to give your opinion, and then you are going to justify your opinion by giving us the reason why you think this film is good or interesting, or why the film is bad. It can be because it's boring, it can be because it's predictable, you can predict the ending from the start. So if you write a letter to your friend, you are going to follow the same plan here, but I gave you in this slide just a good introduction to write a letter to a friend. How are you? I have not heard from you for quite some time. I hope you are well. By the way, have you ever been to the local cinema to watch? You give the title. I went to it last week. It was an exciting experience. I just have to tell you about what I saw. And then you start by following the plan I gave you. Now, useful expressions, that's the question all pupils ask. Where shall I get these useful expressions? They are not only in texts. You can find them even in a grammar task like this. You put the words in the right tense or form to talk about a science fiction film. So you can find here expressions in that grammar task about putting the verbs in the right form or task. This film here about an extraterrestrial, it's last night I saw a good movie. The title was E.T. It was an excellent film. To my surprise, here I have to put the word between brackets in the correct tense. I laugh, I cry, and I worry about the little creature from space, and I completely enjoy the show. So because we started our paragraph with last night, so we need to put all these verbs in the past tense. So remember that talking about here, it's so laughed, cried, coming from space. It's about science fiction film, and I completely enjoyed the show. The story is about an extraterrestrial coming from another planet named E.T. Here, to land on Earth, he landed on Earth in a flying saucer, but his spaceship departed without him. A little American boy discovered E.T. They played together and they liked each other a lot. But E.T. missed his home. He wanted to go back. He planned his return trip, but then. So you don't need to mention every single thing, and the ending, keep it to your friend to watch it when he goes there. So don't break the suspense. We go and see this excellent summer film and find out about well, you have to go to it and really share the same experience. Okay, now fill in the blanks is another type of activity. You can find useful expressions. Now these are fill in the blanks with vocabulary, cinema, popular, and different, adventure, and saved. So you need to read the paragraph and then do it, and then all of here together. You read it and then start by putting the words one by one. We all enjoy good film, and science fiction films are the most popular. With young people, it's science fiction film here. I love adventure. It's action film, sorry. Adventure film. So last Friday, some friends and I saw Dangerous Mission, with a title between brackets, at our local cinema. The hero, a secret agent, did all sorts of impossible things, as usual. In the end, after he fought all the baddies, he got on his motorbike and left without a scratch. He saved the world once again before it was too late. This isn't very realistic, is it? Well, in the movies, things are totally different from real life. So, nice paragraph, some information about this another type of film, which is action. This is another paragraph, and I find it nice, and it can tell too much about what we have been saying. So it's my favorite film is Dinosaur. It's a brilliant cartoon. So he gave the name of the film here. It's Dinosaur, and it's a brilliant cartoon, and the main character is a cute little dinosaur called Aladar. I saw it on my birthday with my parents and my brother. In the film, Aladar is a bay dinosaur, and he comes out of a very big egg. Some kind animals look after him because he hasn't got any parents. There is a terrible accident, and they all go to a new country. In the new country, Aladar tries to help his unusual family find a safe place to live. It's my favorite film because the cartoons are fascinating. Aladar is very kind, the music is good, and the story is exciting. Also, the film has lots of amazing special effects. If you see me here, I have underlined some of the adjectives. So, brilliant cartoon, amazing special effects, fascinating character, exciting story, Then it's also mentioning the name here in italics, the name of the film, the title of the film, then the type is a cartoon. We talked about the main character, given some adjectives about it. Adjectives to describe movies are endless, but here I really gave you this is a very nice bunch of words that you need to note down on your copybooks, to use as many as possible, to learn them, and then you may find them in your in other tasks, in reading, comprehension, listening, or any. So these adjectives can be describing the characters, or can be describing the film itself. And interesting, I'm going to go through this together to explain some, and then an interesting film, okay, violent, you can say violent scenes, a big budget film or a low budget film. Big budget film, there's too many expenses, it's expensive, too much of special effects, of sceneries. Ordinary film, it can be here a low budget film, it's normal, a usual film. Disappointing, it really means that you come out of the film feeling disappointed of what you saw. Wow, what a dazzling film, it's an impressive film. Disgusting, maybe a documentary showing worms or snakes, you feel disgust. Outdated film, it's out of date, that is not really in, talking about very old times. Bloody, so when I say bloody, I remember automatically the Thriller we saw in the previous video. Charismatic, charming, fascinating hero or character. Dreadful, causing great fear. So when a thriller or a horror film, hilarious, funny or amusing comedy, make you really hilarious. Predictable films, there are sometimes films are predictable, you can know the ending before you finish. Intriguing, arousing your curiosity. Yeah, it's the opposite of predictable. Distasteful, so it's unpleasant, you don't feel pleased when you watch it. Sentimental about romantic films. Thought-provoking, when you go to a film and then you come out of the film discussing or debating a topic with your friend. Dramatic, when there is a drama, tragedy. Boring. Absorbing and captivating is opposite of predictable. You are absorbed, you are captivated by that film. Unpretentious or modest, humble character. So in this, in the box below, I'm going to just give you the link of the previous lesson, so that you know what I'm talking about. It's about Let's Watch a Film, part 1. And here today it's part 2. It's about writing a paragraph. And then I will post another video for the stars pastimes. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That really motivates the teacher to go on and work more. The next lesson is going to be stars pastimes, so wait for me. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.